Boxing Truth here, back with another video. Make sure to smash that like button, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's talk about a fight at super middleweight. Well, around the middleweight, super middleweight divisions. A fight that should happen between two fighters who have the most bad luck in their boxing careers, respectively. I mean, each of these guys. Both of them have failed to deliver in some performances. Both of them have had really unfortunate lows in his careers. And both of them are with the same promotional company, same network. And it's the fight that makes sense for both guys, considering that both are not really... I mean, Saunders has been picked by an elite fighter, by a superstar fighter. Just didn't work out for him with everything that happened in 2020. Could have had the fight in May against Canelo. No guarantee he's going to get that opportunity again. So why sit around and wait for a Canelo payday when you can stay active, stay in the gym, and also get in a good win under his belt? Would be considered one of his top wins, to be honest. Probably his best win. I mean, what's Saunders' best win? I'm trying to think. I mean, is it Lemieux? Is it Andy Lee? So it's either one of those two guys. What's Andrade's best win? Amadorosian back in 2013. So both guys have a lot left to be desired in their careers. Both around the same age. They've accomplished some things. 2 division world champions for both guys. But they haven't unified. They haven't fought the number one guy in either divisions they've competed at. They've made some bad decisions. Andrade's case, not taking the Jermell Charlo fight and putting his career on hold for a long ass time, losing out on at least a year or two of fights, top fights that he could have had in the junior middleweight division. Saunders' case, inactivity, weak performances, just inconsistent, not getting the right fights at the right time. Signed to fight Golovkin twice, I believe. Even signed for a rematch, a grudge match with Eubank that never occurred. Signed for a Canelo Alvarez that never occurred. So Saunders is one of the most unlucky fighters out there. With his career, what's happened, what he's gone through, the inconsistencies, the inactivities, the change of promoters, and still, he's still in the same place where he was when he left Frank. Profile is not any bigger. He hasn't gotten any bigger fights. So overall, the experiment with Eddie Hearn has been a disappointment. Hearn hasn't really gotten him anything. Hasn't really done much for him. It's not like it's been better with Eddie than it was with Frank. It's practically the same. Saunders is still in the same position he's at when he left Frank. Still on the outside looking in, still trying to get that big fight. Andrade, his problem is, one, he's not the most entertaining guy. 2, inactivity. 3, sometimes he doesn't have impressive performances, or he just doesn't move the needle. So I'm not saying like it's right that some of the top guys haven't fought him. I mean, some guys should fight him. But the thing is, these top guys, or these star fighters like Golovkin, Canelo, I mean, they have a long list of people that want to fight him. And Andrade is on the bottom of that list. So he's got to do things to to spike interest, to make people want to see him fight these guys. And one of the things he could have did, was just go on this campaign where he's just dogging Canelo. You gotta do whatever it takes to get these guys in the ring. But that's just not his personality. He's not like this intense, outgoing, or this guy that just talks a lot of shit. He's just a regular guy, makes jokes. Not the most intense guy out there. He's just a regular dude who boxes well, and he's just looking for a big fight, man. But this is the only big fight that he could get, or significant fight, to where this fight could actually raise his profile a little bit, especially if he wins this fight. If he wins this fight, and this fight gets signed, sealed, and delivered, he'll be a 3-division world champion, officially. Champion at 54, 60, and 68. Now, the reason why I want this fight to happen, and it's not because of what's going to happen in the ring. I already know what's going to happen in the ring. It's most likely going to be it might be a stinker. It's most likely, it could be a stinker. It's going to be a 12-round possible snooze fest. That's not why I want this fight to happen. I want this fight to happen for a couple of reasons. One, I want to make some money. I already know who's going to win this fight. I know what's going to go down in this fight. I know the actual prop bet to make on this fight, even though it's probably going to be not the most favorable line out there. Also, this is a fight both guys needs. I mean, why wait around for a fight that there's no guarantee of happening? There's no guarantee Saunders is going to get Canelo in May. Canelo might change his mind. He might want to fight Caleb Plant. Like, who knows? So you can't just sit around and wait for a big fight. Might as well go out there and make a fight with Demetrius Andrade. And Andrade, he has no big fights on the horizon. Golovkin ain't going to fight him. He can't get a Charlo brother to come on the zone or even make any business with them since he's contracted to the zone. So you can't get any of those guys. There's no middleweight champion that's going to fight him. So why not move up and wait and try to become a 3-division world champion and beat a guy that's also has a tricky style, that also has been considered avoided by fighters around his division. So it'll be a fight billed as the two most avoided fighters in boxing: Billy Joe Saunders, Demetrius Andrade, two southpaws. Most likely will be a decision stinker, but it's an important fight because the winner of this fight will be in a better position. They'll get more bragging rights. They'll have a significant win under the belt, and it's a much needed win for Saunders and a much needed win for Andrade if somehow if one of these guys pulls out the victory. But this is a fight that should happen, man. It should have happened back in 2018. They can put it back where they were supposed to put this fight, back around the Boston area in the States. It's a fight that's there to be made. Andrade wants to fight. He can't get any other fight. Saunders shouldn't wait around for Canelo or wait around for nothing and realize he's not going to get the shot at Canelo. So he might as well just pull the trigger, make this fight, see if he can get a significant victory on his belt, another title defense, and more sharpness and more activity if he wins going into a possible Canelo fight down the road. So perfect fight for both guys. They both need this fight badly. They're not going to get Golovkin is not going to fight either of these guys. Canelo might fight one of them, but there's no guarantees. So this is all or nothing for Andrade. But honestly, I think he loses this fight. Moving up in weight, going up to 168 to fight a tricky, big, young, fresh southpaw who's still relatively young and still relatively fresh. But it'll be an uphill battle for Andrade to win this fight because he'll be fighting a tricky guy with a tricky style who can box just as good as he can, as fast as he is, and he's a bigger guy, and he has more experience at the top level, at the championship level, and he has more experience at 168 pounds. So I know the odds will be extremely close for this fight. Maybe they might even have, most likely Andrade won't be the favorite. Saunders will be the slight favorite in this fight, but it's a money-making opportunity. And the lock for this fight is Saunders by decision. That was my prediction for the fight. If it does go down, why not do this fight in February? No fight scheduled for either guy. I know Saunders just fought, but why not just get back in the ring and remain active, man? Perfect fight for both guys. And the winner could be in position for a big fight at 168. And if Andrade is ever going to get Canelo to fight him, ever, he has to beat Billy Joe Saunders for his WBO strap at super middleweight, because Canelo's goal is to collect all the straps at super middleweight. So if Andrade somehow moves up and beats Saunders, there's no excuses for Canelo not to fight him, since he has a strap at 168 and he's campaigning in the same division. It makes all the sense in the world for Demetrius Andrade to relinquish his WBO middleweight title, not fight Liam Williams, and fight Billy Joe Saunders instead in a more higher profile fight. And he'll put a lot of pressure on Canelo if he wins and beats Billy Joe Saunders for his WBO super middleweight title. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this fight. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.